New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you.
Hey y'all, I want to leave a short message here about why I decided to ask my music be pulled off of Spotify. So check this out.
No white people. It says, okay, take me to this one. And the guy goes, okay. I goes, is that in a good neighborhood? He's like, oh, yeah. Guy barely speaks English. He takes us there. We get out, and we're giggling. Oh, we're going to see Planet of the Apes. We walk into Planet of the Apes. We walked into Africa, dude. We walked in the door, and there was no white people.
I empathize with the people who are leaving for the COVID disinformation reasons, and I think that they should. I also think that Joe Rogan has the right to say what he wants to say. I also think that I have the right to say what I want to say. So as an artist who builds, Spotify is built on the back of the music streaming. So they take this money that's built from streaming and they pay this guy $100 million, but they pay us 0.003% of a penny. Just take me off. I don't want to generate money that pays this. Just take me off. That's where I'm at. And I know that I'm actually, to be honest with you, surprised that my statements were picked up, because I thought people weren't really going to listen to me, because that's what I'm used to from the industry. But I'm glad that I am being heard, and for that reason, I want to clarify my statements. Again, this is why. Watch this.
Like, you know,
The nigger thing.
yes.
Saying the word nigger.
You've already said nigger.
D is just like nigger. Saying nigger.
She's calling you a nigger. It's like this.
Boy, that he's a nigger, but starts calling them niggers. Word nigger. There should be a word like nigger, especially like the word nigger. That's our nigger. About niggers. He says nigger. Guy, a nigger. And then our niggers start saying nigger. Allowed to use the word nigger. Out the word nigger. See nigger. Word nigger. Say nigger, and he couldn't say nigger. And most nigger.
So we know how social media can be. Things can be doctored. People are taken out of context. It's happened to me many times. However, I want to be clear, in no uncertain terms, where I stand on this is that he shouldn't even be uttering the word. Don't even say it under any context. Don't say it. That's where I stand. It's my right to stand there. I have always stood there. I have other feelings about it, but those are nuances that are not meant for this moment. He shouldn't even be saying it. And so the confluence of energies comes into play here. So now we have this person who is offensive to a lot of people, who's paid $100 million. Spotify, the backbone of Spotify is the music. So you pay the musicians that are the backbone of your business 0.003 to 0.005% of a penny, and you take this money that you generate over here, because all the rest of it goes somewhere. The subscription fees go somewhere. So you take this money that's generated over here and you use it to invest in this guy. Do what you want, but take me off. Or pay me too. And I don't just mean me, I mean us. Artists like me, pay us too. Pay podcasters of color too. So Artist Relations from Spotify called me yesterday, and they asked me what I want, and I've been thinking about this all night. I'm not going to say it all here, but what I want to say to you is something that I already knew, but I want you to know that they said it last night. Most of the streams on Spotify are Black music, but we know that if you're paying attention at all, you understand the role of Black music in this world. So that's a deeper nuance. There's the musicians, there's the Black music that is the backbone of the whole music industry, that's the backbone of Spotify too, who are historically underpaid and mistreated and all this stuff. Just there's a historical context here that makes all this matter. And then there's this guy, and you take this money and you pay this guy who says this stuff? No. And so it took Anil Young to open the door for someone like me, but I walked through it because I've been standing at this door for a long time. One of the hashtags I put on my post, the written one, was, what if we all leave? And that's what I'm trying to see if we could get to happen. What if we all leave? Then we can start having a conversation. It can go from a conversation to a negotiation. So.
All right, now I'm going to say that I 100% agree with Indiari's message. And the one main thing that I agree with is the fact of what would happen if we all leave. And this is something that I've stated to Black people before. What would happen if we left YouTube? What would happen if we left Twitch? What would happen if we left Instagram? What would happen if Black people stated that, yo, we don't want any of our likenesses or our faces on any of these platforms except for a platform that is made by us? The stocks of a lot of these platforms would fall overnight. They would bend over backwards to make sure that they could find some type of way to keep an artist or an NBA player or an NFL player, whatever. They would try to make sure that they find some type of way to keep the images of these Black people directly on their platform. Why? Because Black people draw on views. You can look at all the rap music videos and you can see how many views that pulls in. You can look at anything on YouTube that roughly has to revolve around Black people. You can see how many views that pulls in. Like I said before, we all saw what happened with TikTok when Black people stopped doing the dance challenge, right? Everybody was just didn't have anything to do. They were just doing anything. Even if they came up with their own dance challenges, it was looking like, you should have kept that in the bag. Should have kept that personal. Should have kept that close to the chest. Should have never let anybody see that one. Right? But like I said, the main thing is that Black people have grown, too far attached to a lot of the variety of social media platforms directly up here. As I've stated to you guys before, I'm on quite a few different Black platforms. The problem with that is that Black people don't really support and go to Black platforms. The problem is that Black dollars aren't going to these Black platforms in order to help out with servers, the UI, and whatever else that they have, going on. The problem with that is that Black people in the community, right, aren't petitioning for, let's say, celebrities or athletes or whoever. They're not banging down their Instagrams or whatever it is to have them publicize a lot of these Black social media sites. Like I said, the main and pretty much the most famous Black social media site that was created by a Black man, that was owned by a Black man, is WorldStar. Q was the one that basically made WorldStar what it is. WorldStar was pretty much a household name. WorldStar was at a point where brand new artists, like a lot of the ones that we see now, like Kodak Black, Migos, and everybody else, a lot of their videos were on WorldStar first, and it caught fire, and then the rest is history. Like I said, this is the power of having a Black platform. We can basically, create and launch our own people. We can push them, in front of other groups of people, because like I said before, the end result is if Black people decided to just create their own platform at this moment in time, everybody else would basically follow, because they would want to know what it is that Black people are doing, what it is that Black people are talking about, what it is that Black people are doing as a community. They would just want to know because of, in a sense, that curiosity, that fear, right? And that whole effect of, I have to know what it is that they're doing. I have to know what it is that they're up to. Like I said, everybody out here has their own cultures. They have, their own languages. They have a variety of other things that they solely have in their communities, right? And nobody faults them for that. Nobody tells them that, yo, you need to sit up there and share this with everybody else. But when it comes to black people, everybody tells black people, no, you can't start your own platform. No, you can't just be amongst yourselves. No, you can't come together as a community. No, you just can't do for self. And the reason why they tell black people that, and I'm talking about every community says that to black people in one way or another, is because they know the power behind it. They know what will transpire once black people actually get that ball rolling. Like I said, the end result of a lot of this hate behind it all is fear and it's envy and jealousy as well. And the other thing that I want to touch on is the fact of Joe Rogan. Like I said, it doesn't. It to me, it was just a matter of time. It's not the fact that, of course, he looks like, very potentially, give him a few drinks or whatnot, whatever, let him be around the boys, and you'll hear him basically say some stuff. In those clips, you can hear the comfortability of him just basically saying and using that word repeatedly over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Like I said, this isn't just something that he does on his podcast. Even if he doesn't do it in front of, like, in a sense, other people privately, he's doing it every single day mentally. In order to have that much comfortability, in order to say that word, knowing the history behind it, knowing the context, knowing the fact of the demoralization that is taking place, knowing the fact of the violence that is taking place, him basically using that and knowing the fact that he's also a part of the reflective majority. Like I said, it says a lot. But as I've stated before, it is within their DNA to do so. So if it's woven into the DNA, that means it's not going to change. So like I said, you can't expect somebody to basically show you who they are and to basically change that overnight. And you might have some people out there that say like, oh well, what about all those videos? Maybe they were taken directly out of context. Before I judge their, let's see the context of those videos. The comfortability aspect of it, for me being a black man, that's clearly shown here. I don't need to know the context. The moment in time that I know that you're as comfortable saying that as you are saying I love you to your mother, that lets me know all I need to know. And this is yet again when I sit up there and tell black people, you don't really know the people that you know or that you're around up until you actually know them, when they show you who it is that they really are. You can only assume based off of what it is for face value that they give you. Like I said, notice, give, right? Everybody has a face that they put out directly into the world. And a lot of the reflective majority put on a certain face to make sure that they don't get deemed racist, that they don't get branded in a negative light, or that they don't get seen a certain type of way. But the end result is, whatever we in a sense think or feel, that was already them from the jump. Like I said, all it takes is a little bit of time and a little bit of liquid courage. Those two mixed together, you got the perfect storm. So like I said, again, I'm not really too shocked at that at all. And like Miss Ari stated, he has the right to sit up there and state whatever he wants to sit up there and state. I'm at the point in time that I'm not trying to sit up there and stop uh, the reflective majority from saying a word. Let me know who you are. And then I know how to sit up there and deal with you and handle you from then on. That's it. Like I said, the world will be a lot better if people in a sense were just honest about the type of hate that they have for another group of people, or the dislikes, or whatever it is. But the end result is, a lot of people have their house built on a stack of lies. A lot of people, no matter how much they say that they really want the truth, they can't really handle the truth, because a lot of people can't even look in the mirror and handle the person that they see directly in front of them. So, like I said, you got a lot of people out here that have a lot of growth that needs to be done, a lot of walking that needs to be done. And, the end result is the same actions that you were able to see when it came to Joe Rogan on his podcast. These are the exact same words and actions being performed without black people being in the room, without black people, in a sense, being in the vicinity. Like he said, when he came into that area, it was like, Planet of the Apes. It was like Africa, right? Like I said, you can easily tell me that you're racist without telling me that you're racist. Just saying. Just saying. But like I said before, it is what it is at the end of the day. The main thing that black people can do is to start to band together, visit and patronize, black businesses and black platforms, put those platforms on a pedestal. And, that's how we will start to make it. That's how we will start to change the room around. Stop accepting a lot of these tokens that, in a sense, are given. Just because you have, some black people that might be on these platforms making millions of dollars, that doesn't mean that it's good for all black people. It's just not. They'll just have the one example up there just to give you something to chase, when realistically the internet and the world is so big that you don't just have to stick to this one platform in order to do that. You can literally go to multitude of platforms and you can form something for yourself. Like I said, technically on the subject, I can actually go like a little bit deeper when it deals with like celebrities and how it is that they are on social media, because the end result is, and I'll just make this my last comment. The end result is that I feel about celebrities is that if they have followings of about 12, 15, 20, 100 million, you can literally make your own social media platform and draw those 100 million people directly over to a new platform, making that platform into something completely different. You can easily do that. And if every single celebrity, or at least some of them, felt that way, who have millions of views and subscribers or what have you, a lot of these black platforms that are hidden from people, they will be directly in the spotlight. And you will start to see people who are not black masquerading, infiltrating, and going directly into these sites, and them deciding that they want to like listen in, they want to see what black people are doing and all this other type of, like I said, I'm telling you what happened, because a lot of them can't, in a sense, mind their own business. But I'm losing I'm losing track. I'm sorry, I'm losing track. The end result that I was saying is that when it comes to these celebrities, I feel that there are people that are amongst them that keep them in a certain lane, right? That keep them ignorant of certain information, that make sure that they don't broaden their horizon when it comes to the internet and how vast and how large and almost how infinite it actually is, and how many people it can actually reach. Because a lot of these black celebrities, they can easily go past, 10, 12, 13, million people who are subscribed to their platforms. They can be in a 500 millions very easily because of how large the internet is. Easily. But like I said, you have a lot of people that are made to be around these celebrities that are put there to keep them ignorant, to keep them on their own hamster wheel, so that they don't, decide to go off and do their own thing and become independent, right? And be able to make their own money. Because all of these record labels and the government and all these other entities, they want you to be dependent on them. They want you to come for them for money, for comfort, for food, for residency, even probably for relationships. If you can't find one yourself, they'll sit up there and set you up with somebody. Like I said, all of this is a game. In a moment in time that people decide to actually stand up and wake up and pay attention and get off of that hamster wheel, the quicker people will become independent, and they'll see the real issues that are directly out here. They'll see the game for exactly what it is. But anyways, let me let you guys go. I know I held you guys here for a little bit too long. I said I was going to try to make this video a little bit short, but started rambling. But let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I listed in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.